Hello, I am Joseph with Crit and Grit Media, and today is session 0 for the Solodark campaign that I am setting up. We're going to go over some characters that's got made rolled up. We'll go over the rules of how Solodark works. How do you play a TTRPG without other players? It's going to be interesting to dive into it. We'll learn some basic of the basic rules of Shadow Dark. So without further ado, let's dive into it. Boom. Well, this is the Foundry. This is how the tabletop I'm going to play on. I've just had multiple choices. We could do actual play where I had my minis down and actually roll dice. So let's see, I have some dice out. Uh, but I decided for simplicity in this stream or this recording to use Foundry. I already have several things pulled up. Like as you can see, this is the documentation for Solodark. Solodark uses a thing called an oracle, where you ask an oracle yes and no questions, and it tells you yes, no, or whatever. Let's pull up the oracle. I'll let you see what it means. Okay, what is an oracle? An oracle is a system that answers yes or no questions. For example, you might ask an oracle if an old wizard you've been looking for is in the tavern. Then you make a check. Then you make an oracle check to find out. Plausibility. Only ask reasonable questions. Don't ask, is there a +3 bow lying on the floor? Defer to game rules. Phrasing. Ask the question with affirmative phrasing. Instead of asking, are there no orcs in the room? Ask, are there orcs in the room? Limit no more than 3 questions per situation. And of course, if you need more information, there is prompts. A prompt is a verb and a noun that you can use to make something. Anyways, before you make an oracle check, decide how likely it is to get the result. Unlikely, even chance, or likely. And then this is how the results work. But pretty much you're using this random generator to help navigate you through your adventure. So that's what we are going to be doing. And this is kind of what the prompts look like. So let's meet the characters. These are the ones I've rolled. Uh, since I got Drunk in front, we will pull up Drunk. Let's pull up his image. I used Hero Forge, because I don't want to use plagiarized content or anything. I would like to make my own characters. So view token artwork. No, I want the token, I want the actual image. There we go. There is Drunk. He's a half orc rogue. I haven't decided his backstory. We're going to decide that today. Of why is he an adventurer? So we're going to do some rollings with the prompts and get some nouns and verbs to help us come up with why he is here and why is he with this group. But let's look at his stats. Now this I actually rolled pretty good for his dex. The way I rolled, 3d6 straight down the line. So that means 3d6 on strength, and then another 3d6 for dex, and then another 3d6 for con, and then another 3d6 for intelligence. As you can tell, I have some pretty crappy stats. I got an 8 in intelligence, 8 in charisma, so he's not a pretty person. I got a 9 in strength, but I did get. Actually, that's a little low. It's not 18. I have a talent. I rolled on my talents. That gave me +2 dex. So actually, what a 16 in dex. Then I got it bumped up to 18. So for a rogue, he has really good dex. But then his HP got rolled, and he starts off with 2 HP. So he has a good likely chance he might not survive long. That is Drunk. Let's minimize him. Next up is the Goblin Grimly. Grimly, on the other hand, character artwork, is a fighter. He is a rascally little goblin. And I noticed from the angle of his image I took on Hero Forge, it looks like he laid an egg. That is technically actually a skull on the other side. Anyways, that is Grimly. Let's see. Like I said, I don't know his thing. His stats, he has some average stats, but not great stats. Like his strength is 11, his dex is 7, his con is 11, a 10, a 6, and a 13, and the same thing. I took these very 3 dice, rolled them, and just went straight down the list. That's old school way. You don't go and pick and choose which stats. And then I didn't randomize his bit class. I just said, based on these stats, what job should he be? And so Grimly became a fighter. I got another character that I chose for a bard, so I didn't choose bard because of his high charisma. So he's a fighter, but he has a little better HP than Drunk. He has 6, and that is Grimly. Like I said, We're going to find out his backstory and his means for adventuring coming up. So I'll put him right there by the drunk. And last but not least, the adventuring party. Another goblin. A little taller goblin this time. This is Remick. Remick is a goblin bard. And again, he's laid an egg. Uh, this goblin bard is the first one I rolled up when I was rolling these up. He's a ranged fighter, so I gave him a short bow, some leather armor. He's actually down to 1 gold, and he has no slots, so I don't know how he's going to stash treasure when he finds it. He's going to have to throw something away, because I gave him a flute. I mean, he's a bard. He needed a flute. He needed something, instrument to play. But, like I said, as you look down here, same thing, 3d6, down the line, 11, 11, 12, 6, 6. And I rolled a 14 on his charisma. And what the plus 2 charisma got? Yeah. Must have rolled a 12 on charisma. We got plus 2. But that is Remick. Now, we're going to go back to... This is session 0, so we are learning about our characters. We're going to learn about some campaign settings where we're going to start out at. So, drunk. This guy is chaotic. He is... So he's not the nicest person. He is all about himself. He's all about, you know, what he can get for himself. So let's roll a prompt, and let's see what we can use that prompt to. Where's my prompt at? There they are. Roll a noun and a verb. So we got lie. Man, that's a good one for a drunk. It'd be the chaotic character. Lie and escape. So now let's take those nouns and verbs and make it into a story. Let's make a type name it character motivations for adventuring. Okay. Add file. This is going to be drunk. Create a tree. Add page. Just name it drunk again. Okay, so drunk. We have lie. And we have escape. So I'm thinking there's a lie that got told about him and he had to get away. Maybe from the Thieves Guild. You know, his background is Thieves Guild. So some lie. Let's go type that in. Some lie caused him to flee and escape the Thieves Guild. And now, oh, that period does that go there? And now he is in hiding as an adventurer, biding his time till he can go back and clear his name. Boom. Save entry. So, some lie caused him to flee and escape the Thieves Guild, and now he is in hiding as an adventurer, biding his time till he can go back and clear his name. Alright. So, what could the lie be? Okay, it's some. Right now we have some lie. You know? But what lie? What did he, was it for murder? Oh, I like that. Maybe he was accused of murder. Maybe murdering one of the high-ranking Thieves Guild. Yeah, let's do that. So, so he was. Come on, there you go. Accused of murder. But he had, which made him flee. So he's accused of murder. We need a name for this person to be murdered. Second, we'll say he murdered. Oh, should it be as much as he murdered the head of the Thieves Guild? And now there's a new head. Maybe the new head is the one that. Oh, that's not interesting. Yeah, let's do that. We'll say Oh, a good name. I don't have a name generator pulled up. Uh, let's see. Um, Samuel Wiggins, Thieves Guild leader, accused of the murder of Samuel Wiggins, the Thieves Guild leader, which made him flee and escape. He is biding his time, building, because Shadow Dark is about getting gold. You gain experience as you gain gold. So biding his time, raising capital. There you go. Not raisin. Not. It might be southern, but not that southern. Biding his time, raising capital till he can go back and clear his name. Hey, there we go. That is Dronk. That is his motivation for being an adventurer, and it's just like it's pretty much a simple backstory for Dronk. We could go into more detail, add in more plot, more subterfuge, but backstories honestly don't have to be 12 pages long. Okay, so Dronk is done. Let's go ahead and add another page, and this one will be. Let's close Dronk, and let's open up Gimli. So this one will be Gimli. Boom. Let's go ahead and minimize that for a second. Let's get Gimli's image up. All right, here's Gimli. Let's do the same thing. A noun. We have, oh, Gimli's blocking the noun. Identity. Okay. And protect. Oh, protect kind of goes good with a fighter. So let's load up his chat box here. Add page. Gimli. Okay, so we are starting with identity and protect. Maybe Gimli has amnesia? I don't know. The identity. I mean, I understand to protect because he's trying to protect, maybe protect his party, protect his team. Um, Maybe he's tied to our next character, Remick. Maybe he is. No, I don't like that. Identity and protect. Okay, here we go. We'll say Gimli has no memory of the last 5 years. He woke up one day, then he appeared there. Okay, Gimli has no memory of the last 5 years. He woke up one day in the barn of what is the bard's name? Remick. Remick found him on the side of the road, half beaten. Half beaten. Gimli, even without his memories, is honorable. And will travel with Remick until he feels his debt is paid. Okay, so that does add in the identity and the identity in the other one. Protect. Yes, protect. Sorry. So Gimli has no memory of the last 5 years. He woke up one day. He was in the barn, say this little shack or something that Remick was renting at the time. Remick found him on the side of the road, brought him to his hotel, his room, whatever. and nursed him back to health. Grimly, in acceptance of it, even without his memory, he's a very honorable goblin. He decided that he will travel with Remick, keep him safe until his feels he has repaid the debt of saving his life. His life is pretty much tied to Remick. So that is now Gimli's backstory. Like we could go and dive into some memory options in the future for that. That's a good one. All right, let's go ahead and add in Remick. So character motivations, Remick. Minimize that. Let's take off Gimli, close Gimli, and here is Remick. The happy-go-lucky bard. Let's move this over so I don't. All right. So for the noun, we are going with family, and the verb consume. Ooh, I mean, if he was a villain, consume family would be. But we can work with that. One good thing of a writer is working with your prompt. When I was working to get my bachelor's degree in writing, we had lots of these little. You give you a small prompt and you make a short story or a flash fiction about it. So let's pull up Remick, add a page. Remick. All right. So it was family and consume. Well, this was gonna be kind of easy. This will be a little easier than Gimme for me, I think. At one point, Remick had a family, had a wife and kids. Let's leave that typed up. Say, not long ago, Remick was a happy goblin. He had a wife, a child, even some little commas here. Boom. A wife, a child, even a family dog. But that was taken from him. Consumed as consumed. What consumed it, though? That's the question. Oh, corruption. Consumed as the corruption spread to his part of life. He doesn't remember it. But he remembers holding the knife when he found his dear wife. So Remick ventures to forget, to start a new life. So Remick ventures to forget, to start a new life. Outside, he may seem like a carefree bard, but inside, he holds the weight of the world. Boom. There is Remick. He is probably the most complex character in the game. Not long ago, Remick was a happy goblin. He had a wife, a child, and even a family dog. But that was taken from him, consumed by the corruption, as the corruption spread to his part of the world. What could the corruption be? That's something we'll find out in the future. All we know that he doesn't remember it. So all we know is that when he came to, he was holding the bloody knife that he found pretty much stabbed into his dear wife. So now Remick adventures to forget, to start a new life outside. He might seem in my typing. I was in a hurry, but on the outside, he might seem like a carefree bard, but inside, he holds the weight of the world. Save entry. Boom. There it is. We have the motivations. So let's pull up. Can I shrink these pages? Yeah, there you go. There is Remick. the mighty bard, mighty carefree bard. And then you have Grimly, the protector. Oh. You have Grimly, the protector, defender of the group. Then you have fellow Dronk, the tallest one of the group, of course, because you're dealing with goblins, but also one that isn't afraid to get his hands dirty, to sneak in, kill something, and sneak out. And This is the cast of this Shadow Dark Solo Edition. uh, Next, let's look at some Shadow Dark and see some of the basic rules before we get off, so we know how to play. So, well, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so Shadow Dark. Shadow Dark is a lot like 5e. You are going back to the time of old school D&D, 1e, 2e, stuff like that. There's a lot of 5e reminiscent rules in it. For example, advantage and disadvantage from 5e is in the game. Contested roles is in the game. Stuff like that you will see from kind of familiar from the 5e rule set, but Shadow Dark is very simplified. We will talk more about that later on, but that is it. Hey, let's figure out the starting location. Okay, let's ask the Oracle this. Does the episode 1, do we open up in a dungeon or out in the wilds traveling to the dungeon? So they say, do we open up in a dungeon? No. Okay, so they will be traveling. We'll say they are at a campsite, sitting around a fire, chatting with each other. That is where we are going to open the game on episode 1. As said before, I am Joseph. This was session 0 of our future Shadow Dark solo campaign. Hope you enjoyed the learning about the characters, learning about their backstories, getting ready to play. If you have any questions or comments, comment below. Of course, if you liked our channel, subscribe for future episodes. We have tons of different episodes coming up, actual plays, not just solo plays. But y'all have a great day, and I will see you again episode 1.